Welcome back, pod people. It's us.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're so happy to see you.
We can't see you.
I know, but
I think we started another episode like that once.
I wanted to make them feel super welcome.
Yeah, super creeped out.
Because last time was not.
That's true.
A
That's
happy
true.
thing,
No.
so we're a little bit different this time. This
That's
is
true.
still sad, but not to the level of last time.
Okay, hope not. But hi, this is Bev.
And this is Diz.
And this is
Trigger warning.
Good job,
Thanks,
Diz.
Bev.
That was very upbeat.
And peppy.
And Pepe.
Bubbly.
Pepe La
Pepe.
Pew, that little skunk.
Oh my gosh, let's go down memory lane for that for a hot second.
Okay, he was real cute.
He was cute.
Except he was going after a cat.
The cat hated him.
He was cute, but he was real dumb because he didn't know that was a cat and not another little skunk.
Skunks and cats can like each other. It's fine.
And those little young ones out there don't have any idea what we're talking about.
What? It's okay.
It's okay.
Ask your parents or aunts and uncles or grandparents or whatever. They might know.
Ask the elders in your life what
Just
Pepe Le Pew is all
Just
about.
Google it, guys. That's
Just
all you
Google
gotta
it.
do.
Ask Mr. Google, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, hi everybody.
Hey, guys.
What do we got today, Diz?
Well, I have, let's see. This is going to be...
a mysterious mystery, because you like mysteries.
Well, it's
Kinda.
It's not a disaster on like a disaster level that we're used to.
But it's a disaster.
But it's not like a true crime, and it's not... It's what?
But it's still a disaster.
But it really is, but it's not. It's just a crazy situation.
I mean, something can still be a disaster and not mean like a bridge fell into the Mississippi.
Yeah, because this is not a bridge.
No.
Or something exploding
A
or anything.
Surfside condo collapse or a
fertilizer plant.
But
yeah.
It can still be a disaster.
But it's still very sad,
Yeah.
and it's just not like a crime as far as what we're used to, and it doesn't fit, and it's in a nice little box
category.
of...
It's its own thing.
And basically we're going to talk about death.
Mm-hmm.
As
Are
per
these the
most-
trigger warnings we're going to be doing?
Yes, I'm sorry. Trigger warnings. Trigger warnings.
Okay.
We will be talking about death.
Okay.
We will mention a little bit about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide, possibly.
Okay.
And I think that's about it.
Is there death of children in this?
Yes, there is death of children
Okay.
in this. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't write that down. And you guys, I'm going to be real honest, I did not type up my little notes like I normally do, so I'm just all out of whack right now.
She's whacked out.
I'm whacked out.
Okay.
Yes, so death of children. We'll
I
talk about
have
some
heard
injuries.
this story before, but it's been a while since I've got the deets on it. And it's a very interesting story, so keep your ear balls open.
Yeah, keep those earballs open.
Yeah, you've heard me.
All right, so guys, here we go. We're going to get into this.
We're going to talk about it. Get ready, pod people.
So first I want to say this entire situation happens about 8 or 9 hours.
Wow.
Which is that's like a day of work. 8 or 9 hours. Okay. We're going to talk about the Schuler family. So we have Diane Schuler, Daniel Schuler, and then they have 2 children, Brian and Katie. Brian is 5 and Katie is 2. All right, so they're up in not North Carolina, that's down from where we are, in New York. And they are actually kind of on like a little vacation. So it's July 26th of 2009. They have been at the Hunter Lake campground in Parksville, New York. And they had been there for over the weekend. This is a Sunday now. And so Daniel had come up like a day earlier when they all got there. He was there a day earlier. I'm not sure exactly why, and that's kind of brought up later on, so we'll talk about that later. But they've been there for a few days. It's time to go home now.
So was this like a long weekend?
It's like a long weekend.
Okay.
I don't really know. I can't remember exactly how many days it was. Because, you guys, look, I like timelines. And so I have a timeline in front of me. And I really started it on the day that everything started. So
yeah,
I
that
don't
makes
have
sense.
a whole
I'm the
lot
same way.
previous. Okay. So they are going to be heading to their home. They live in West Babylon in Long Island, New York. And it's about 150 miles from where they are at this campground.
Okay.
So they have 150 miles drive to go.
So a decent little drive, but not all day long or anything. Okay.
Okay, so between 5 and 6, Daniel gets up and he goes over to start like cleaning up his boat that they had been using to get ready for them to go back home. Around 7, Diane gets up and gets Brian and, I'm sorry, it's not Katie. Erin is their daughter's name.
Okay.
Brian and Erin up. They also have 3 nieces with them.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Emma, who is 8, Allison is 7, and Katie, who is 5. That's why I was
so
in my
Katie's
head.
the niece. Okay, that's why Katie was there.
So she wakes all the kids up and gets them ready. They're packing up everything. They get ready to go. So around 9 o'clock, Diane's brother, which is the 3 girls' dad, his name is Warren Hance. He gets a phone call from his oldest, Emma. She's just saying, hey, it's been fun. We're getting ready to go. She's excited, happy. Everything's great.
Cool.
Around 9:30, Daniel leaves in his truck with like the family's luggage and their dog.
Okay.
And he just goes straight back to their house. They don't drive like together in like a little caravan going on.
Right.
He just goes and he's
he
gone.
got there first. He's just heading back with the luggage and leaving her with like 5 freaking kids.
That is correct.
And what was what year was this?
2009.
Okay, 2009. Okay.
Yeah. So like right after that, Diane leaves with all the kids. She's in her brother's minivan. They had borrowed his minivan because it fit all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in a Ford Windstar.
Mm-hmm.
Classy. A red one. So she's left with all the kids. And as they're leaving, the campground workers say that one lady actually was like, bye, because they go there. They kind of know them. They've gone there
kind
before.
of a regular vacation spot for them.
And so they're like, hey, everything was great. Everyone was happy. They said hi, bye, and all that.
Okay.
So everything seemed perfectly normal at 9:30.
Okay.
At 9:56, Diane is seen on video surveillance at a McDonald's in Liberty, New York. So that's about only like 7 miles from where the campground was. So they were just heading. So she gets breakfast for the kids.
Right.
So
because that's the first thing you do is once you actually get set in the car and on the road,
it's like, here's
you stop for
food.
your breakfast. Yeah.
So the kids are eating and playing.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up buying like breakfast for her daughter and the 3 girls, and then gets some sort of chicken something for Brian. I don't know what the significance of that was, but they specifically said it was a chicken selects. I don't know. And she gets an iced coffee, and then she also gets an orange juice. Okay. Witnesses at the McDonald's say everyone appeared normal. The kids were happy. They were all good. It was all good. Okay. So they're there for about 30 minutes. So it's about 10:30 when they get in the car to go. So they are leaving the McDonald's at 10:46. So 15 minutes or so. Diane and the kids stop at a gas station for gas. Mm-hmm. They go to that surveillance video, and it shows that she's talking to the clerk, and she ends up asking them for like Tylenol or something like that. And they're like, we don't sell that. And she's like, okay. She gets gas and they leave. Everything seems normal. They leave the gas station just before 11, and they see her leaving. In some things it said that she, some people thought she left hastily and with aggression. Okay. Like she was like speeding out. But the clerk was like, well, she seems completely normal the whole time she was there. And she didn't seem drunk. She didn't seem high. The kids were great. Nobody seemed angry. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
I mean, she could have pulled out quickly into traffic, like if a car was coming up kind of quick or something. But they didn't say it like that. They were like, she was mad and she left, like pulled out. So I don't know. Okay. She was probably irritated with her husband for leaving her with the 5 kids.
Well, that's a good point. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay. So that's right around 11. Around 11:30, she's in the Middleton, New York area. And eyewitnesses report seeing a red minivan driving aggressively and erratically on Route 17 in Orange County. So we have that. Do we know for sure it's her? No.
We just know it was a red minivan.
She's driving a red minivan, but we don't know.
And do we know that she would have maybe been in that area by that time? Is that consistent with the timeline of where she would be? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so between 11:30 and 12 is when we get the reports of the minivan, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so then at around 11:40, Emma uses Diane's phone and calls her dad. And she's like, we're running late, but we're on our way. And then he talks with Diane, and he said everything sounds normal, and they're on their way. At 11:45...
And Emma is...
the oldest of her nieces.
Okay,
it's his oldest daughter.
So she talked to her dad as in Diane's brother.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Emma talked to her own dad.
Okay.
Just to let him know that they were going to be later because they were running behind.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep.
No, it's
because there's so many girls in there.
Yeah. And really, Emma's the only one that really talks.
Okay.
In the story that we have, so
okay.
Luckily it's just her. It's just there are a ton of girls. So
yeah.
Okay, so he says everything seems normal. They hang up. 11:45, eyewitnesses report a woman matching Diane's description, hunched over and vomiting on the side of the road on Route 17, just outside of Middleton. So when I said she was in Middleton, they weren't there quite yet. They were on their way to this area, because they were in Orange County, so they were very close to Middleton.
Right.
So then, like,
the outskirts of Middleton.
Correct.
Essentially. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they say that she's hunched over vomiting on the side of the road. Later, one of the same eyewitnesses says that she sees the same lady that she had seen hunched over vomiting driving past and darting in and out of traffic shortly after.
Okay.
So we have Diane hunched over vomiting and then driving aggressively.
And this was only a few minutes after
yes. It just
after
said
the
later.
niece said everything seems okay, we're just running behind.
Yes.
Okay.
It's been about 10. Okay, I'll just say maybe 15 minutes because I don't know exactly how long after the vomiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, well, I mean, a few minutes could be 10, it could be 2, it could be 15, 20, whatever, but
shortly after.
Yeah.
Okay. Around 12:08, Diane's sister-in-law, Jackie Hance, so this is her brother's wife, calls and talks with Diane for like less than 2 minutes, and she says everything seems normal.
This is the mom of the girls, of the
Correct.
nieces, right? Okay.
So that's from 12:08 to 12:10.
Okay.
At 12:13, they go through the Harriman Toll Plaza, and it's just a toll area that they have to go through. So thankfully there's cameras there, because I think there's a ton of tolls up there.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay, so
from what I've driven through, yeah.
All right, the next bit, this happens from 12:15 to 12:45. This is a 30-minute window.
Yes. Okay.
They are driving the southbound thruway in New York, and eyewitnesses say that they see a red minivan with a driver that matches Diane's description, weaving aggressively through traffic, straddling lanes, honking the horn, and tailgating.
It's so weird.
Other people see the red minivan on the side of the road in Sloatsburg, New York, with a driver matching Diane's description, sitting on a guardrail and appearing to be ill. Another witness said that the van tailgated him, tried to pass him, and then honked the horn after him for a mile. Right? Okay.
That's crazy.
He pulls into this rest stop around 12:30, he said, and he's heading to like a McDonald's that's nearby that rest stop. The van follows him, but then the van goes to like a truck parking area, then drives over a grassy area into the car parking area. And he said that the driver seems ill, but he didn't say in what way.
Okay.
So she's aggressive, tailgating, following a man, driving kind of recklessly and across grassy areas and stuff, allegedly.
And then also, but seems sick.
And seems sick. Multiple people have said that. And they think that she was vomiting on the side of the road already, too. Though it may not have been the exact same people that saw that. All right, so just before 1, they are at the Tappan Zee Bridge area of New York. So they've gone 19 miles in 26 minutes. At this time, a wrong number is dialed from Diane's phone. We don't know if that was Diane or possibly Emma, the oldest niece, possibly dialing. So that was like 12:55. At 12:58, Emma calls her dad in a panic. She says that Aunt Diane is incoherent, probably not using that word, but essentially that, confused. She can't see well, and that something's wrong with Aunt Diane.
That gives me chills, because that's the thing that everybody quotes. Something's wrong with Aunt Diane.
Yes. Kind of makes your stomach drop.
Yeah.
And so while she's on the phone with her dad, her mom can hear all the kids crying and screaming and stuff over the phone, and then the call drops. So I think she's on there for 3 minutes that the phone call kind of lasts. So then at 1:01, Warren, the girl's dad, so this is Diane's brother, calls Diane and gets her, and they speak for 8 minutes. She is finally going through another toll area, the Tappan Zee Toll Plaza area. And he reports that she seems disoriented, she's slurring her words, and she calls him Danny, which is her husband's nickname.
Okay.
Like she thought it was her husband.
Okay.
Then Emma, the oldest niece, gets on the phone. Diane pulls over, and Emma says that she sees signs for Sleepy Hollow and Tarrytown.
Okay.
Diane takes the phone back from Emma, and Warren says, just wait where you are, I'm coming. At 1:10, so 9 minutes later, 4 wrong numbers are dialed from Diane's phone.
And again, we don't know if that was her or Emma.
Correct. And she had apparently gotten out because she leaves her phone on a concrete barrier on the side of the road, where she had like pulled over, and she just drives off. Like she leaves it neatly placed on this barrier.
Like she laid it down
and then
like maybe sat down or something for a minute and then got up and walked off or something.
Don't know what happened exactly. At 1:15, her brother continues to call and just gets voicemails, and all other calls go straight to voicemail for the next 20 minutes. Now we're in the area of Mount Pleasant, New York. Between 1:30 and 1:35, she turns onto Pleasantville Road onto an exit ramp in the wrong direction, because you don't turn on an exit ramp. And she is heading to the Taconic Parkway. She drives southbound for 1.7 miles in the wrong direction. Numerous vehicles are swerving out of the way, and people are honking like, hey, you're going the wrong way. People report that she was just staring straight ahead, and that she seemed intent, like purposeful almost. And she's gotten all the way up to at least 85 miles an hour. At 1:35, she crashes head-on into a Chevy Trailblazer carrying 3 men. And that Trailblazer then hits a Chevy Tracker. The 3 men that are in the Trailblazer were driving to a family party. One is Guy Bastardi and his adult son Michael, and then they had a family friend named Daniel Longo. All 3 men die at the scene. Diane, her daughter Erin, and then Emma and Allison, the 2 oldest nieces, all die at the scene. The 3rd niece, the youngest, Katie, she is actually transported to a nearby hospital, but ends up dying later on that day. And then Brian, Diane's son, who was 5, he has severe injuries. He has broken bones and severe head trauma, but he is actually the only one that lives from the accident. Except for those in the tracker, they were okay because they didn't get a head-on hit.
It was like a secondary hit after.
Right.
We just sighed in unison there.
It's just so much. Okay. So obviously that's kind of a quick story because we have people that saw her doing the things she was doing.
And anybody that could really tell us what was going on either died or ended up
surviving with brain trauma.
Right, and
we're only 5 years old and can't.
Yeah, and I mean, the oldest one was 8, so even she...
Yeah, couldn't give us a lot of information.
So, everyone else automatically wants to know what happened. What caused this? What's the purpose? What happened? So, the autopsy on Diane showed blunt force trauma, which obviously makes sense from the crash. And then the toxicology done by a medical examiner and then a private examiner showed that she had high levels of alcohol and marijuana in her system.
But from where?
Well, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So obviously the first thought is, well, she was drunk and high.
Right.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
The second thing was they thought maybe she had something called delirium from a tooth abscess.
I mean, you can definitely end up like with
an infection.
Like a blood infection and end up being septic and...
Right.
And you kind of go a little loopy. And
so some people were saying that she had been suffering from a toothache and that she had been like rubbing her cheek and stuff like for the week before the accident because it was hurting. The last time that one of her best friends, whose name is Christine, had seen her, she was like clutching her jaw and was talking about how she was hurting. Her jaw was hurting. And then she had asked for the Tylenol at the gas station. So we're thinking it might have been for that reason. Abscesses, because it's an infection, can cause fever and delirium. So delirium, I'll give you the definition. The abrupt change in the brain that causes mental confusion and emotional disruption. So this makes it hard to think, remember, sleep, and pay attention. It can be experienced during alcohol withdrawal, after surgeries, or if someone has dementia. So Diane, she had some symptoms of this. She had poor thinking skills. So they kind of went into this, which was pretty interesting. So not so much the poor memory, because we don't know, but that's one of the first things that they talk about. But disorientation, because she was going the wrong way down a major parkway where all the other cars are going the opposite direction. Difficulty speaking. She slurred her words in her final call. Rambling or nonsensical speech. She called her brother by her husband's name.
And who knows what else she was saying because they...
Right.
Because Emma said she wasn't making sense. That she said the child's version of her being incoherent.
Right. Yeah.
So who knows what she was mumbling or saying that didn't make any sense.
I don't know if I wrote this, but I think even on one of the calls she said she couldn't see well. Emma was saying that, but I think Diane actually was saying that, possibly on one of the calls. I'm not sure though. Behavior changes, hallucinations. We don't know if she was hallucinating.
But if she said she couldn't see well, maybe that's what she meant by that.
True.
She was seeing something that wasn't there. And maybe as an 8-year-old, that's how she explained it.
She can't see well.
Yeah.
Maybe. Slowed movement or lethargy. She didn't really have that because she was like swerving, but she wasn't hitting things. So they're like, well, she didn't really have that. It didn't make sense for her to be swerving in and out, but...
She could have been, like, the other cars were swerving to avoid her, though, and that last accident, if that vehicle didn't swerve, then maybe her reaction times were slowed, and that's why she didn't swerve to avoid them.
Maybe.
So, that's possible.
Oh, I just wish we knew, you know?
I know.
So, another thing they were talking about, restlessness or combative behavior. So she was obviously aggressively driving, honking her horn, allegedly, but multiple people said she was.
Yeah.
The man that said she followed him onto into the rest area and that kind of thing. Disturbed sleep habits. She had been using marijuana as a sleep aid and had been using Ambien in the past. So she has a hard time sleeping. Some emotional things that she showed. Irritability or anger because she was aggressively driving and honking the horn. There were some other things, but she didn't really show those, like anxiety, depression, officially.
Well, and I also wonder with the like combative behavior and that kind of thing, when he said, "Stay where you are, I'm coming." Maybe the reason that she didn't stay there was because she was suddenly like, "Nothing's wrong with me. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm going."
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You know, oh, he's just worried I'm going to, like, mess up his van. Or, like, it could have been part of that, too.
Yeah.
Was in her own head arguing with him about why he suddenly was trying to take control of the situation.
Yeah, it's like, why are you trying to do that? I'm doing just fine without you.
Or, like, at first she was, maybe her mood shifted suddenly because she was like, I'm not feeling well, something's wrong. Okay, yeah, I'll stay here. And then the mood shifts and she's like, no, now I'm aggressive and I'm angry again. And she leaves.
Yeah.
If only she had stayed there.
Yeah,
if only a cop had seen her weaving in and out of traffic and pulled her over. There's so many if onlys there.
So, causes of delirium that they specifically talked about, infection. However, the autopsy showed no infection.
Mm.
She did not have an abscessed tooth, so that wasn't it. There was no sign of a stroke. She was not diabetic, so she didn't have low blood sugar, apparently.
Or a high blood sugar.
Or high, yeah. She didn't have any signs of prescription medications in her system. Alcohol poisoning and withdrawal can also cause delirium. She did have a high level of alcohol. And then, of course, illegal drugs can also cause that, and she did have THC in her system. They said that carbon monoxide poisoning can cause it, but her levels of that were completely normal. I guess we all have it because it's everywhere, but
right.
And then severe asthma attacks, but she was not asthmatic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the theories that people have talked about. One, the first thing is usually the infection.
Mm-hmm.
She was delirious from her infected tooth. She didn't have an infected tooth, so they're like, it's not that. That doesn't make any sense. She didn't have an infection anywhere in her system. The next thing, trigger warning, we're going to talk about suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And filicide, so you can kind of move forward a little bit if you want. All right, so some people think that she did this on purpose. And here's what's interesting. Because some eyewitnesses were like, she's swerving in and out being crazy. And then others were like, she wasn't swerving, she stayed in her lane.
And she just looked straight forward and just kept driving.
She made no effort to swerve around the vehicles. They were swerving.
Right.
So I guess at a certain time that changed, and she was just like...
But if she was delusional or hallucinating...
Right.
Then she may not have seen them.
Or... Who knows what it was to her.
Right.
Some motives for this. Some people think she may have found out that day that Daniel had been cheating on her.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's like, we don't think he was. Like, we don't think that was an issue.
And I feel like that even if that were true, would she have killed herself, her 2 children, and her 3 nieces intentionally?
That's my thing. I'm like, okay, so people have been crazy enough to kill their own kids because of their spouses or significant others. But to do that to your nieces, nephews, or whatever,
right?
I don't know that I've ever really heard that before.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't necessarily agree with that personally. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't think it was really that. I just don't think it was. Also, Diane was very motherly, and she liked to be in charge of things, and she liked helping at the school and setting up events for where she worked, and everyone said she liked being in charge.
Uh-huh.
And that she loved her family and she loved being a mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't imagine her losing control like that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, I can't imagine her being like, well, I'm taking them out with me then.
Yeah.
I just can't see that if she was that loving and that caring about their everyday lives and helping with their school stuff and with
everything.
Bake sales and
she literally did everything.
Yeah.
He worked, but she was the breadwinner, as they say.
Yeah.
And she took care of the household and the kids and everything.
Yeah. I mean, because that would be more of a thing that the father would do as a punishment to her.
Right. Yeah.
Is kill himself and take the children with him to punish
her. Like, ha, I got you one last time.
Because you love them so much, I'll take everything from you. Not her saying, I'm going to kill myself because you cheated on me.
Right.
And take your children that you don't really do much with.
And as far as I know, there is no actual evidence of cheating, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
You know. The next thing people think is that she misjudged how much alcohol she was drinking. two men who had seen the accident happen, when they came over they got her out of the car, they saw a broken vodka bottle in the front of the car. She had been drinking vodka, and people say, well, she got orange juice at McDonald's right before they left. She probably was making her a little drink and relaxing. And as the drink goes down, the orange juice goes away, but the vodka keeps getting added on, and it just keeps getting more and more and more.
Yeah, that's possible.
And they're thinking that she just lost track of how much she was drinking. When they did the autopsy, she did have vodka in her stomach, and that she had not eaten in the 12 hours prior to this. It was all liquid, and most of it was vodka. The fourth thing that they thought was something called auto-brewery syndrome. This is so crazy.
Oh, yeah, where the system creates...
Your digestive system produces ethanol, and it can rise to intoxicating levels.
Yeah, well, it sounds like she was actually drinking alcohol.
But I think she was just drinking.
Yeah.
So we think she was possibly an alcoholic. Daniel worked late. When she was little, her mom left. When she was age 9, her own mother left the family. So she became the mom at 9 for her dad and her brothers. And she took care of the household and them. So she's been doing that since she was 9.
Yeah. And she was on vacation, so...
She was on vacation. Now, one thing that is interesting, because, everyone always looks at the spouse first, but it's like he was probably already home by then or whatever. One thing that he said, he's a jacktail. He is a jacktail. When they talked to him was, how did he say it? Like, he's not supposed to have the job of taking care of the kids because he has a son still, right? Brian is still alive. And he has a child to take care of now. He said, I never wanted kids. Diane did, and this was supposed to be her job, is what he said.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
What a jerk.
So some people are like, wow, that's messed up. Some people are like, I don't think he meant it that way. He was just, like, overwhelmed. And I'm like, no, he seems like he's a jerk.
No. I mean, if she was already doing everything for them anyway,
then
that's exactly what he meant.
What medication she took, what medical issues she had.
Yeah.
He had said that she had diabetes. She had gestational diabetes. Now, their daughter was 2.
Yeah.
So it goes away once you
have the baby.
Yeah. He didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He didn't know anything about anything to do with his family.
Yeah, he straight up meant that, like, she wanted to have kids, not me, and now I'm stuck with this kid that's also disabled.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my gosh.
I mean, he's a dick, but he didn't make this happen.
No, I don't think
he didn't, obviously, he didn't pay enough attention to realize that she had a problem, probably.
That's something that they said a lot about, yeah.
And even if he had, she probably wouldn't have taken anything he said to heart as far as getting help.
Yeah.
Because he probably didn't even show that he cared all that much in most ways. I don't know this guy, and I know I'm just talking out of my ass, but
she drank and used pot because she was stressed, because she kind of made herself stressed because she liked doing everything, but I think that's how she showed that she loved people, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was her love language, I guess. But at the same time, it sounds like he was just also happy to let her do it.
Well, yeah.
And that was the way that he's like, well, she likes to do it. That's fine.
They were roommates.
So he was kind of like, okay, do it.
And if she liked it.
And if she had gone to him and said, it's too much, I can't do it all by myself. I need you to help me with the kids. Can you take Brian to his doctor's appointment? Can you take, the daughter? I can't remember her name now because she was Katie for a minute.
Oh my gosh. No, you know what? I mean, look.
Can you take our daughter to school tomorrow?
Erin. Gosh, why can't I remember her name?
Okay, so can you take Erin to school tomorrow? Then I think he would have been like, figure it out.
Yeah, like you said you wanted this.
You wanted kids, not me. Yeah. I'm happy with the dog and my big truck and my boat.
And her job, I think, was kind of stressful too. And then she also liked to plan events for her office. So she just piled it on.
Yeah.
But people are like, she loved
She was probably trying to fill something in herself by doing more and doing more, and nothing was going to fill it up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, yeah, I had heard the story before. I didn't realize that. I think I wanted it to be some kind of medical psychotic break, some kind of unusual allergy to something she ate at McDonald's, some kind of, I'd forgotten about the alcohol part.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's sad because honestly, it was the alcoholism.
Another thing,
and
she had a lot of marijuana in her system.
Yeah. And if so she wasn't used to combining the two. Yeah.
When did she do that? They think that might be what she was doing when she pulled over and people thought she was vomiting. She was under the view of the kids looking out the window and smoking some.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they think she might have been doing because she had such a large amount in her system.
Yeah, that's very possible. God, that's sad.
It is. It just blows my mind that she would drink and smoke pot while having her kids in the car and like driving. Like that just blew my mind. That apparently that's just what she would do. I'm not saying she had done it before, but like
yeah. Well, it's possible she had a toothache, not an abscess, but a toothache. It's something that was bothering her with her mouth, or maybe she had really bad TMJ, or she had something going on like that.
Yeah.
And so she was self-medicating.
Well,
it could be that she was, like I said earlier, she was frustrated because he drove off with the dog and the boat, and she's sitting there going, well, now I need to stop for gas. I need to stop and get the kids, all 5 of the kids, something for breakfast. And you know, like within a few minutes, like the brother's calling, and within a few more minutes, the wife, the aunt's calling or whatever, and the kids are all talking in the back, and who knows how they were behaving. Like maybe they were kind of bickering, maybe they weren't, maybe they were fine, who knows. But like she kind of gotten more and more frustrated, and like with a toothache or a headache or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just kind of kept adding up, and she was like, you know what, this is my vacation too. I'm going to throw a little vodka in my orange juice.
Yeah, and then she's
thinking it's 100 miles.
Right. We're practically home already.
Yeah. This is a drive we've made 100 times. I can do this with my eyes closed.
It was a big deal.
And then before she knew it, maybe she didn't usually combine the marijuana and the alcohol, and between the two of them, it messed her up, and that's why she ended up going the wrong way on the interstate. And
I think it's just so crazy because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you're like, shoot, I didn't realize I was turning it there,
Yeah.
But to go almost 2 miles the wrong direction with people honking at you and
then
stuff.
she could have had a break then, like a psychotic break at that point.
The kids are yelling, at least the oldest two.
Yeah, they know that something's not right there.
Especially Emma, the oldest
screaming.
niece. Like, she knew something was wrong.
Anyway. I mean, it very well could have been that the combination of the alcohol and the marijuana created the delirium and or led to a psychotic break or something. And
you know what? We don't know if she had been having mental health issues.
Right.
She wouldn't have told her husband.
She wouldn't have told her husband, and she probably wouldn't have gone and had anything done about it if she was such a control freak.
No, she'd just been like, I'll just smoke a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it could be that she was having hallucinations or just whatever, and
yeah, you get through the alcohol that much. 1, it takes more and more to do the same, to have the same effect.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, after so much time of being an alcoholic, it can cause some serious mental health issues and some serious damage.
Well, you can imagine how quick it probably would have hit her, even if she is an alcoholic, because she hadn't eaten for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Or in the last 12 hours.
Yeah. And then in combination with, with marijuana, she couldn't usually combine the two.
She's probably tired.
Yeah. And all the kids and
Moms
just the frustrations and stuff.
Moms don't get a lot of sleep on vacation.
Yeah, true.
And she's trying to remember.
Well, she got up that morning. Like, he got up early, and all he had to do was clean up the boat and hop in the car and go with the dog.
Yeah.
She had to get up, pack up 5 kids, go get them breakfast, put gas in the vehicle. She
probably did have a daggone headache.
He was still on vacation going home. She was like it's time to start working again.
She's just like, yeah, I got a little bit of sleep. Yeah. I didn't have to work during that time.
Yeah.
So one thing I did want to say is that the three nieces, their parents, Warren and Jackie Hance, formed the Hance Family Foundation to honor the three girls. Their motto is confidence, empowerment, resilience, and sisterhood. And they are basically just trying to help girls, but anyone, have more self-esteem, and they provide like educational programs and stuff, but also they want to make sure that they know how important self-esteem is to girls and what it can do if it's crushed.
Yeah.
Their central project is called Beautiful Me, and
I wish they would include Diane's daughter in it, because you know her dad's not doing anything for it.
No.
And I hate it for them to feel like, I mean, because it was his his sister that killed his children. Like,
can you imagine? Because
I'm sure, like, he lost his sister at the same time, but that confusion and that anger and
because here's the
sadness
line.
all mixed together.
According to the autopsy, she was drunk, she was intoxicated, and she was high.
Yeah.
Period. So for no other reason, he's going to be angry because
it was her drunk
She's the
and
one
high
that did it.
And killed his children.
And it's like, you can't blame him for feeling that way.
No, you can't.
Oh my gosh.
Of course not.
Because essentially that is what it is at the bottom.
And when he told her, stay where you are, thinking that she was sick, like that something was wrong, but he didn't realize what it was. Or maybe he did. But I would think that if he knew that she had that problem, that he would never have let his daughters go with them.
Especially on a drive more than a few miles.
Yeah.
Like
and let her borrow his vehicle and take his daughters. I don't think he knew that she had that kind of problem.
I don't either.
Or that it had progressed to the point that she would drink and drive.
Yeah.
Agreed. Like maybe he knew that she didn't have maybe knocked him back a little bit too much or something, but he might not. I'm sure he wouldn't have thought that she would drink and drive with the kids in the car.
In front of people, she's not going to drink like she would at home.
No. And the kids, of course, if she put it in her orange juice, they would have no idea that that's what was going on. I think they worked opposite
schedules, too. He worked at night, she worked during the day.
Uh-huh.
So they never saw each other hardly.
Oh, yeah, her husband. Her husband,
sorry. Yeah. But the foundation.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. They raise money, so you can donate to that, and we'll just have the thing down in the show notes. But because they don't want participants to have to pay, because if they can't afford it, they don't want that to keep girls from feeling better about
being
themselves.
Able to participate.
So they don't.
Because then that would make them feel worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And that was something I had just read about. Anyway, so that is the really crazy,
sad story.
Heartbreaking. And then we also have to thank the three men that were just on the way to a family party.
Yeah. Oh, that is sad too.
And anyone that saw the accident.
Oh my gosh, the first responders, anybody who just ran over to help, and all those children were there.
And pulled Diane out of the car. And they tried to get the kids out and they couldn't.
Oh my gosh.
And I guess they were finally able to get Brian and Katie, the niece, the youngest niece. And then, of course, she passed later on at a hospital, but.
Yeah, that had to be devastating just to see all those people that died instantly, essentially.
Yeah.
And 3 of them were children.
And I think trigger warning, we're talking about children's death, but the men were saying they went over to try to get the girls out, and I don't think they could, but they weren't alive. They could tell they weren't alive. So it wasn't as pressing for them to get them out. It was more like Brian was still
they could tell
breathing and Katie at the time.
It wasn't as desperate a situation. Like, we have to get them right now.
And so you can see some photos of the vehicle if you really want to.
But that's chilling to look at, knowing what happened there.
Down in the show notes. It is just crazy.
I don't know that I want to see that.
It's crazy. Yeah, don't. You know what? Because you can see some blood in one of the photos.
I wonder if the picture is taken after the kids have been taken out yet.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
From what I could tell. Because it was not just their vehicle. I think it was also that not the tracker, but the
the Chevy, the truck where the 3 men had been killed.
Yeah. Trailblazer. I was like, it starts with a T. Yeah. So, anyway, guys, what do you think happened? Do you think that maybe she really was alcoholic and she was just making a poor choice and drinking and driving and smoking some pot and something happened?
Do you think it just got out of her control and she didn't realize, or do you think that it was intentional?
Or was it something else?
Or
something that we haven't even talked about.
Or do you think she tripped up and it just, I think that, unfortunately, I think she made the bad choice of starting to drink.
And it just snuck up on her.
And it snuck up on her because she was frustrated and stressed and
hadn't eaten.
And hadn't eaten anything.
In her stomach.
Yeah. And it just, I think she probably thought as much as she usually drank that it
wouldn't be a big deal.
Could tolerate it.
Yeah.
And it just hit her wrong.
And at first she was fine.
Yeah. And it's so freaking sad. It's like if you can't wait 100 miles to have a drink, it's time to get some help. You shouldn't be
driving, and you need to be getting help.
It's like she, like the dad could have taken him. She could have driven his truck.
Just imagine if he's like, all right, I'll take a couple.
Yeah.
But he had a truck, so I don't know if it was like a...
Oh, I'm sure he had an extended cab. I'm sure he did. So, he probably could have fit every kid in there and the dog.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
But anyway.
All right, guys.
Well, that was a really sad story, but it's a very interesting one, and it, like I said, I remembered it. I just couldn't remember the details, and I wanted, somewhere in the back of my mind, I wanted it to be some kind of
medical
fluke, some kind of medical emergency, she didn't do something evil like that.
And I think the fact that we have like surveillance like CCTV footage of her at places and eyewitnesses, it's like, how do we not know what happened?
Yeah.
Because so many people saw her, but then you have like...
I want it to be, this is what happened, ABC, this is exactly what it was, this is what her blood alcohol level was, this is why it happened. It was like, she had the psychotic break, and, this is the medication it was on, it interacted with this, and blah, 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 and that was what happened. Like, I want it to be exactly written out what happened.
Yeah.
And there's none of that.
I would love for it to not be.
But I know for a fact that she made a choice when she started drinking, and that was absolutely affected part of it. Like. So it started with that choice, and that means it was her fault, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really sad.
I don't want it to be her fault, but it was her fault.
Yeah.
And she killed those babies.
And herself. And those men.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys.
Well, I guess we'll leave you all with that. I guess email us at triggerwarning411@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts.
Let us know what you think.
And we are slowly putting our backlog of episodes on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Surprise!
Obviously not with any video content, because you don't get to see our beauty. But anyway, so you can introduce people to us there as well if you want. So, like, maybe we'll have 6 or 7 listeners pretty soon. But it takes a while to convert these things, okay? So
is it just called Trigger Warning Podcast on
YouTube?
I
think the handle is like Trigger Warning _podcast or some such nonsense.
I think that is correct.
Our little vulture guy's on there, so you'll be able to find us. You'll be able to find us, okay? So it'll be on there. It just takes a while. So the first 2, I think, are up there right now. Maybe by the time this episode gets posted, there'll be 3 or 4.
Ooh,
you never know.
So exciting.
So we'll catch you next time. Tell them about that thing that we always tell them, Diz.
Hey, guys, don't forget, watch for deer.